relocating to the UK is not beans, no be my mind. So as a student, you must have over 40 to 50 million depending on exchange rate before you can relocate to the UK as a student using the student visa route. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Pisama, and this is Bible PC. You guys are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. For new subscribers, warm ups, massive hugs to you all. For returning subscribers, you guys know you're the MVPs. I love you all. Hugs and kisses. If you haven't subscribed yet, please kindly do so. Subscribe to my channel, comment your thoughts down below, share my videos with family and friends, turn on post notification bell button to be amongst the first set of people to see my videos each time I post a new one. So let's dive straight into our business of today. On today's video, I'll be giving you guys the total breakdown analysis of my relocation to the UK using the student visa route. Okay, I'll be giving you guys from A to Z the breakdown, the costs, everything, and the process of all the processes of migrating into the UK. First of all, first things first, get an agent. So first thing I did was I got an agent. A friend referred her to me, L Consulting Agency. I got a consultation. I asked her about everything in details. She asked me the course I studied, my CGPA, and what course I would like to study. And then she told me, I gave her options. I gave her different courses I would like to study. And then she told me the most feasible one that is related to my course of study. So, and the best she gave me was program and project management. It's a nice course, so I went ahead with it. Next up is you get your required documents ready, as well as your fancy, your money. You need to get your money ready. So the first documents you need, I will just read it out from my notepad. You need your BSc certificate, the original one. You need your transcript. You need your CV, your SSC certificate, which can be your WEG or your NECO, or GCE. Then get 2 reference letter, 1 academic and 1 professional. Then you get a data page of your international passport, 1-page essay why you would like to study the course and how it would be of help to you in achieving your goals in life, as well as a processing fee. It depends on the agent you use. For mine, I used 80k. I don't know how much it is now, if it has increased or if it's the same price, but I paid 80k and she took it up from there. You can use your statement of results if you don't have your original certificate from your school. For me, I used my statement of results pending when I got my original certificate, because then I was still processing it, so I've not collected it yet, but I did before I traveled. So after you've gotten these documents ready and you've made the processing fee, you've paid your processing fee, application into the university of your choice or whichever school you want, it's totally free. I don't know if different schools differ, but for my school, I'm speaking for myself, which is Chester University. It was University of Chester. It was totally free. So the 80k I paid was for processing fee, like for the agent is the agent fee. So some agents are free because they definitely get commission from schools after you pay your tuition fee and you successfully gotten your visa and everything ready and running. So they definitely get a commission or a cut or something from the school. So I paid 80k and everything was set. She brought my documents. I sent her my documents. You can email it to her or you can send it to her directly. So I sent them to her and then she processed it for me. Like, she applied for the university, she applied to the school, and I think within a week I got my conditional offer to study the course of my choice, which is program and project management. Yeah, I got the offer, and next was to pay my down payment, like my deposit, to accept the offer, to accept the admission. So it moved from conditional offer to unconditional offer. So I forgot to add, before I made my down deposit of £5,000, because my total school fee was 14,750 and I had a scholarship of £1,500 and I had like 13,250 left as the tuition fee that I am meant to pay. So my down deposit was £5,000, which was as at when I traveled, as at when I applied, was approximately 10 million naira. So you have to pay that down first whilst you pay you're paying your down deposit or before you pay your down deposit, you should have your POF running already, or you have it ready, and your POF should be the balance of your school fee, as well as how, because most people ask how you arrive at your POF fund, the amount, how you arrive at it. How you arrive at it is by calculating the balance of your school fee as well as the living expenses for the rest of the year. So there's usually a fixed or an amount. It can go above or within that range, but it shouldn't be lesser than that range. It's always on the website when you apply. So you calculate that plus the balance of your school fee, and you round it off together, and you use exchange rates to, you know, convert and know the equivalent in naira, and that is how you arrive at your proof of funds amount, like the price of your proof of funds. So as at when I applied, I arrived at, after calculating my balance of my fees as well as it was like 8,000 something, I think 8,250 after I paid 5,000, 8,250 plus my living expenses was around that same price as well. I think, was it 8,000 or 9,000 something, and by the time I added them together it was like 16,000 pounds, almost 17,000. Was it 16? No, if you're studying in London it's more, but if you're studying outside of London it's lesser. So I arrived at, I think, 18,000 pounds, within that range, 18,000 something. So after I converted and all of that, I had a total of 36 million plus. But because of exchange rate that was fluctuating during that period, it was going up and coming down, I rounded off to 40 million, and that was how I arrived at my proof of funds fee. So I had 40 million, not more, not less. And you see a lot of people, they tell you, oh, you have to make transaction from the moment your money gets into your account till when you're going to apply for visa and all of that. You need to make transaction. You don't necessarily have to do that. For me, I'm telling you what works for me. You don't necessarily have to do transaction. You can do 1 or 2 transactions, very few transactions. People will say you need to have lots of pages when you're printing. Some will say you don't need to have lots of pages. But for me, and I'm telling you guys what worked for me, I had just a page, and because that was my main account, that was my actual bank account. So I had like a page and 2 more lines or 3 more lines. So it was just like, let's just say 2 pages, but it wasn't full 2 pages. So I had 2 pages of my proof of funds. Whilst you pay your down deposit and you're running the proof of funds, so people might already have the proof of funds. So if you already have the proof of funds, just go ahead and apply for CAS. And whilst you're waiting for your CAS, that is your cash shield. Whilst you're waiting for it, you can go ahead to apply for tuberculosis test, run your tuberculosis test, because the requirements if you're traveling to the UK. When I applied for Canada, I got declined, by the way. When I applied for Canada, it's a full screening test, full health test. You do this, you do that, they take your blood, they'll take your urine sample, they'll take this, they'll take that for Canada. And you do x-ray as well, chest and blah blah blah. But for TB tests, I don't think I did. I think it was just x-ray, and that was it. And they will ask you questions, examine you, ask you if you've had tuberculosis before, if you've been in a room with anyone with tuberculosis, if you have any family member that has it, blah blah blah. That's what they ask you regarding your TB test. So it takes 24 hours to get the result. The same day, you're supposed to get the same day, but mine took 24 hours. So I had to leave and come back the next day to collect the results. So when you have that ready, you apply for your CAS already. Then if you already have your proof of funds, which starts counting a day after you put the funds into it, in case you're using a bank proof of funds, probably loan or something. In case you're using your father's fund, it should be in your personal account. So the day they paid it into the account, the proof of funds, the statement should start running from the next day. So it shouldn't show the date the money got into the account. So you're printing from the next day till the next 28 days or 30 days, can be more, but minimum is 28 days. Not working days, 28 days, including weekends. Yeah. So after you get your bank statement for it, you use it to apply for your CAS. If you already have it. If you don't already have it, you have to wait for that 28 days before you can apply for it. So when you get your CAS, when you get your bank statement, you apply for your CAS. There are other documents you will need before you can apply for CAS, like, for example, genuine intention to study form. Yeah, you would have to fill that. That is also known as, I think it should also be known as the letter of intent. For Canada, it's known as an LOE, letter of explanation. So you get that ready. I think you use that for your CAS or for your visa. I can't really remember which I use it for, but you get that ready as well. It's a requirement. So when you get that ready, you have your CAS. My CAS took 24 hours. Some people will take more. For my school, it took 24 hours. In 24 hours, I got my CAS shield approved. I got my CAS approved. So everything was set and it was ready for me to proceed to the next level, which is applying for visa. Whilst applying for visa, you have to first of all pay for your IHS. The IHS that I'm going to apply, it costs £1,536 dollars, not pounds. Yes, 1,569, not 36.22 USD, and my visa fee was $661 US. So I applied, I paid it, I applied, and my visa took plus or minus 6 days. But once you apply, you fix a date, you get a date of for appointment. Then when you go for appointment, you get capturing, you do your biometrics, they will capture you, snap you and all of that. Then you will drop your passport. For Canada, you don't have to drop your passport. It's after your visa have gotten approved, that's when you will get your passport. But for UK, you will have to drop your passport. Then when it gets approved, they will call you, or even though it doesn't get approved, they will still call you, or they will text you, or they will email you to come pick it up. So that's when you would know if you've been granted or denied. I don't know, some people, they were at the visa office. When they got their visa, they were immediately opening it as if they didn't know what was already in the decision, as if they didn't already know the decision. For me, I already knew my decision before I got there, because they emailed it to me that my visa has been approved before I went to pick up my passport. Some people, they actually use banks for their POF, and the bank differs, the bank rate differs. You have 3%, some have 2.8%, some have 2.7. I really don't know. I think the list is 2.7 that I've seen. I don't know if there's 2.5. Someone told me there's 2.5, so I don't know how true it is. But different banks with different rates. Like GT Bank, I think it should be 4% or so. Then Stanbic should be 3.5. So I don't know. They have different rates. Different banks, different rates. For my visa fee and my IHS, they both cost roughly, if you convert to Naira, it costs 3.5 million plus 3.568 as at then, because dollar exchange rate was 1,880 something, like 1,580 something, 1,580 something. Yeah, that's my visa fee as well as my IHS fee. Please note, as at this point, I have already spent plus and minus 14 million. 10 million for my down deposit, and 3.5 million, let's say 3.6 million for my visa and my IHS. I didn't add the price for my TB test. TB test I think should be 100k already, 80k. Yeah, around that price range. I think 100k for my TB test, because I did my TB test at was it Q Life? We have Q Life, we have St. Nicholas, we have what's this very popular one? IOM. I think IOM or IAM, I can't remember. So that's the third one. I think there are 3 to 4, about 3 to 4, but I used Q Live. And that's it for that. It was actually my agents that applied for me, and I had to go to VI to do it. Then for my my visa appointments, I went to Ikeja. I would have preferred VI, because I was at VI for the one for Canada, but for the one for UK, I went to Ikeja to do it, because she said the one for VI had extra charges of almost 160k. So I was like, why not just use Uber to go to the island, to the mainland Ikeja, and come back, instead of paying 160k. So I did that, and in 6 days I got my visa approved. But before then, things happened. So by things happened, not serious things. What I mean is, before you get your visa or apply for your visa, it's the same proof of funds that you use for your CAS that you use to apply for your visa. Also, like I said earlier, I got my CAS within 24 hours. So it's the same proof of funds I use for my CAS that I use for my visa application. Also, they don't accept bank statements from app. They need the one directly from the bank. So you need to get into a bank, get the stamped and signed version of a bank statement. That's the one you use. Most people will tell you it doesn't matter. Most agents will tell you it doesn't matter. Like, not your agent that's applying for you. Maybe you use agents that do run POF and all. They'll tell you, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't this. It doesn't that. No, tell them no. You want the one from the bank. Go to the bank yourself and go get it. So another thing that happened to me is when I went to the bank, the documents that I used to open the account wasn't uploaded. So I had issues with generating my bank statement. So they needed me to give them my document, my account opening form, again and re-upload it, and it was really annoying, very very annoying, because it's something I had to do over and over again. Even after opening the account, I had to do it again, and I had issues with the dates, that because I printed from the first day. Initially I made a mistake and I printed from the moment money entered into the account. No, I printed from the next day, and the day that I went to the bank to print it, it was 27 days. I didn't count well, so it was 27 days, so I had to wait till the next day for it to be 28. Like, you print from the next day to the 28th day. The next day starts counting from 1, then the 28th day ends yesterday. You're printing today. But me, I went to print on the 28th day. So that was the mistake I made. So I had to go back the next day and I had to go through the same process again, because they kept telling me that they did not upload it. They had to call the branch that I opened the account from, call this person. Like, it was stressful, and I was there for over how many hours. So they had to, the first lady I met said she couldn't upload it because she wasn't the one that opened the account for me, so it shouldn't be her duty and her work to open it. Like, she was forming all sassy and no, it's not my job, so I shouldn't do it. You should call your branch, or call the person that opened the account for you, or call the person in charge, your account officer, tell the person to upload it, blah blah blah. She cannot do it for me. And I'm like, I've opened this account since. Why are you just telling me this? I get alerts, I can access my bank app, so why are you telling me that you cannot find my account opening form after how long? So at the end of the day, I was able to get the bank statement because someone emailed her. I don't know how. She got an email from my branch, from the branch that I opened the account. So she got an email, which was on the island. So she got an email and she finally got me the bank statement, and I didn't know that she didn't upload it at that point. So it was the second time when I went back to get another bank statement for the next day. Like, after the next day, I went back to go and get another bank statement, because the other one was 27 days and not 28 days, because of the way I counted it. And when I went to print it out, I realized that lady did not upload it. So this one, the new lady I met, now finally uploaded it. So I won't have the same issue again. Even though after I left Nigeria, I abandoned that account, so I don't really send the account, because I have lots of accounts, like lots of them. And at the end of the day, I even regretted using the account in the first place. So the next day, I went for my visa appointment, because the way I booked my destiny, it was immediately my class completed that I went for. Not my class, it was immediately my POF was complete. 24 hours I got my class. The next day I went for my visa appointment. So you go to your visa appointment with this document: your checklist, your visa appointment letter, data page of your passport, and lastly, international passport. The hard copy of your international passport. So you go with that as well. And when you're going back to pick it up after your visa is out, after your visa has been approved, when you're going for collection, you go with this same document, but mostly you just need your checklist. You just need your appointment letter or your checklist. I can't really remember, but you just go, the one that has the barcode on it, that's the one you go with. So my visa got approved, and voila, here I am in the UK, chilling. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to add, before or upon arrival, you need to pay an enrollment fee. It's not an enrollment fee, it's still part of your school fee, but you need to pay, it depends on your school, you need to pay at least 50 to 60% of your school fee before you resume school. So I needed to pay an additional £3,000. So the £5,000 I already paid, making it £8,000, and I had £5,250 to balance. So that £3,000, as at when I traveled, was extra 6 point something, almost 7 million, because at then dollar was 2,200. But let's just say 6 million, or let's just say 7 million, plus or minus, because I can't really remember the exact amount, and I'm not about to start solving maths for you people, even though it's simple maths here. So that's 6 million plus 10 million, that's 16 million, plus 3.5, 3.6, that's 16, 3.6, 19.6, let's just say plus or minus 20 million. I still have 5,250 balance to pay. I still had rent to pay, which was like 550 monthly, which is part of your living expenses that you calculated for your proof of funds. So before you leave the country, you know you are spending nothing less than 20 million. I haven't even spoken about the flight that I booked, which was, I'm sure I've spoken about it before. That flight was nonsense. Rwanda Air, never again, because they didn't allow me to take my carry-on box, my carry-on luggage, because they said it was too big. It's not an Airbus, it was a small flight, so the carry-on bag was actually a carry-on bag, but it couldn't fit into the Airbus. It couldn't fit into the carriage or whatever they call it. So I couldn't travel with it, which was very, very annoying. I had to remove all my things from my carry-on bag and put into a Ghana must go. Oh my god, I was so pissed. I was angry. I was livid because they also kept delaying and postponing my flight. I was supposed to travel on a Thursday. It was moved to Friday, but it was 12 a.m. So it was like the day midnight. So it was like Thursday night into. I was in the airport. I was at the airport on Thursday night to check in for a Friday morning flight, which was around 12, I think 12:30 or 12 a.m. ish or 12:03, I don't know, thereabout. And this flight was postponed from 12 to 3. We took off by 3, and it was a connecting flight, so I needed to stop at Rwanda, then take another bus, take another flight, not bus, God have mercy, take another flight to Italy. It was a full day flight because from that 3 a.m. that I moved, I was on air. I transferred, I think, in the morning. Eventually I got to the UK around like I think 7 p.m. So it was a full day flight from that 3 a.m. that I left till 7. I was on air. I was airborne from, I think I did not like I think, I know. I did a airport transfer, which was very brief because it was a connecting flight and we needed to catch that flight. And because they delayed the one from Nigeria, they also delayed the one from Rwanda. And it cost, I think, 860k to book it. So that plus foodstuffs and other miscellaneous that I bought amounted to about 23 million. And other things that I paid for, I actually spent like 25 million before leaving Nigeria. Yeah, 25 million before leaving Nigeria. And then when I got into the UK, you need to get a job, you need to get accommodation, you need to get everything. But I got all of that ready before I traveled, so I just went straight to my student accommodation. And I think that's it basically for my relocation. If there's anything I forgot to add, I just might put that in the comment section, or just add that somewhere. I'll just ship that in. But that was it. But Rewind Air, never again. I'm never using you guys again. You guys made me lose. I don't think I even traveled with any of my boxes, because my main box was over 23 kg. I don't know the kind of scale they had. I used that hand scale to weigh my luggages, and it was 22. I made sure it was 22, so theirs will not, just in case the spring is slacked or something as a result of them using it over time. I decided to reduce, and at the end of the day it weighed I think 24 or 25, and I had to remove. It was hell removing and changing and this thing, and at the end of the day I just dropped the box because I had extra luggage, and the price they were charging me for extra luggage was ridiculous. They charged me 660k for 2 extra luggages. That's 23 kgs. So because of that I just dropped it and told my mom to ship it, and my mom was able to ship 4 extra luggages for me for 469k as against 2 for 663k, 660, I can't remember. And again, it was just the one for 660 for 2 luggages would have gotten to the UK with me, yes, 24 hours, yes, but the one for 449, or was it 69k, was better for me because it took just 5 working days to get to me, and I was perfectly okay with that. And that's it basically. So guys, tell me what you think about this video. If you have experienced any experience, relocating experience similar to mine, tell me in the comment section, or just share your relocation experience if you've experienced something like that. If you relocated outside of the UK and you have a similar experience, or you have anything, just comment it down below. Tell me what you think about this video. Like my video as well, subscribe, turn on post notification button to be among the first set of people to see my videos each time I post a new one. Also, thumbs my video up, like my video, share to family and friends, and I'll see you all on the next one. Ciao guys, bye, au revoir, adios, peace and love guys. Mwah.